It was like lights out for a couple seconds. I didn't know the details, but I knew it was bad.
Day 2. Waves are absolutely perfect, beautiful. I'm still really tired, but I'm gonna go catch a couple, wash off, dream it. Let's go. Jet engine. You out there?
I guess so, yeah, look at that.
Whoa.
Wow, it's really nice.
Right. Dude, the point's going off. Conditions update. It's long out here. Midday madness.
He doesn't have a, oh, this is what I got. 1 watermelon juice, 1 latte with coconut and almond milk. And Ben's missing a piece of his Blair Conklin.
How's the vibes?
Dogman's is going off right now. You better get out there because you're missing it. It's offshore and like 8-foot Hawaiian. Just playing.
The glare is great to film in. Everyone, I'm just pulling a sick joke right now, actually. I haven't filmed a single thing this whole trip. It's always like, where's my clips? Where's my clips? And then when I never give them to them ever, this is gonna be funny for me.
Which one of my filmers do you miss the most?
JT.
Oh, really? It's like that?
JT.
Yeah.
J Tizzle.
JT's our least favorite.
I don't think that's true. I bet you get some solid B-roll out of him. Not shaking at all.
My favorite filmer is, get the bleep this out.
Mac.
Mac's my favorite filmer.
I gave Sam, I'm giving Sam $30 to take us north tomorrow. Are you coming? No way, I
He
need
better just
clips.
do it out of the kindness of his heart.
I need clips.
What's happening?
Chilling, brother.
Que
Cooking.
pasa?
Cooking it up.
What's on the menu for tonight?
Making chicken and Mexican rice and black beans, salad, plantains, coleslaw. That's on the menu.
Hey,
What's the claim?
what's up, man? How you doing?
What's your position here? What are you
I'm
doing?
over here supervising Gabby. Just making sure everything comes out good for you guys today.
Yeah.
I don't know, Boss Man got the same thing and you got one. That's the marriage ring, right?
Ooh,
Young
man.
Gravy. Young Gravy hit up Ben, cause him and Ben are twins.
Okay.
What name?
Who had the name first? Gravy. Should we go back? We gotta figure it
You're
out.
older Gravy though. He's Young Gravy.
He's young Gravy. Ben's just big.
You're old man Gravy. Oh.
Woke up at 4 a.m. this morning and he DM'd me.
DM'd?
What do you mean? You didn't know he DM'd me?
No.
Wait, you actually didn't know?
No.
Can I say what he said?
Yeah.
He said, "What's up, gang?"
No, he said
Swear to God. Swear to God.
Sorry. I was actually so stoked. I said, "No way," and I said, "Dude, what's the claim? My long lost brother." And then he never hit me back.
He went Hollywood.
Shouldn't I have asked? I was gonna ask him about a verse.
I told him you should hit him up. Gravy Train.
He is part of the
That's
Gravy
a
Train.
banger song. Imagine that.
I thought you were just gonna leave me hanging.
How's your vibes in the compound?
My vibes on the compound is, okay, this is my day. Woke up, had coffee, did a workout, filmed Ben, and then later on I went in the pool. That's pretty much it. That's the vibes. It's very relaxed here. Oh, and I found really cool shells. Yeah, the baby Ben Gravy Wave Bandit. What is this? What is this?
Retrofish.
Retrofish at wavebandit.com/Ben Gravy. And you can also surf like Ben. No shitting. Yay!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, having a nice backyard conversation with the man, the myth, the legend himself, big wave mogul. It's funny I use the word mogul because the only guy that freaking skis 50-foot waves, a friend of mine for 5 years, 6 years, maybe, Chuck Patterson. At one point in my life, I thought your name was Peterson. Nah, I didn't.
I do that when I don't want to give them the right information.
That's your secret identity?
It's nice to be down here in Puerto Rico and kind of fun little team week down here and a little humble pie for me, you know, just I'm stoked to be back in the water and you know, after injury and stuff like that, there's a lot of clarity.
Essentially been surfing today with a broken back.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
get the
getting
facts
better.
out there.
I probably shouldn't be in the water, but you know, like Ben, you love the ocean, so it's kind of hard to stay out. But long story short, we went and chased a swell to Cortez Banks, which is 100 miles off the California coast. And it's one of those misto waves that maybe breaks with the right conditions and everything, maybe every 5 years, if that.
And nothing short of legendary.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's one of them.
Yeah, it's very legendary, and it was one of those things where it was last minute. Everything came together, big swell, and we got a boat, brought skis, tried to get as bunch of people out there, and then we got out there, and lo and behold, we had one of the oiliest, glassy, incredible sunrises that we've ever seen, and like 40-foot solid waves just breaking in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was awesome. So
when you say 40?
I'd say 40-foot faces.
Faces,
yeah.
okay.
Back, front. I surfed the front, so 40.
40's for like 80 to me.
Yeah, right.
The fear adds 40
no.
feet.
I mean, yeah, we thought it was going to be a lot bigger. It was bombing, but it was really perfect, so that was the kind of cool part. And then just to be out there, you're like, feeling good, towing a bunch of waves, and then it starts to just gradually get bigger and bigger, but you're already kind of on a roll, and you don't really notice it. Maybe at Jaws or something, you tow into a wave, and it's kind of a bomb, but you're going right, so you're not really looking back, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, the thing is, your adrenaline is going, your heart's, racing, but you're just like, I'm gonna make the channel and get a couple on the inside. It starts to wind up and get really steep, and then you make it to the channel, and you're like, that was cool. It felt like it was 40 feet going 90 miles an hour, and then, someone, goes, that thing was mental.
Yeah.
And you're all, cool, I didn't see it.
Yeah. You don't really know how big it is.
Yeah.
So wait, do you get warm-up waves? Like, would you take a 20-footer to start off, or you're just straight, all right, boys, if I'm on the rope, just...
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to say like, hey, just put me into a small one, but it's kind of like the guys you're with is kind of like, they look back at you and go, really? Small one? What is that exactly? To me, this 50-footer looks like a small one, so we'll start on that.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, even though you feel comfortable out there, there's always that anticipation and a little bit of fear, which I think is healthy.
Yeah, it is fun to kind of dip my toes into that world and see what you guys are doing. It's pretty intense.
But you come from from surfing every different novelty wave imaginable, whatever size, and then you've definitely now upped the ante, and it doesn't really look like size matters to you. I mean, like I'm saying, it doesn't look like you go out there and suddenly, you still got the training wheels on. I mean, it's not that. You're like, you let go of the rope, you're going.
Thanks,
it's not like I see you put the brakes on or go, no, not this one.
I mean, like you said, like the guys that I've gone with.
But like Eric from Toe Surfer and all that.
Yeah, like Will, that crew. Toe Surfer, what a legend, that guy. Drake, and then I went with Jamie in Hawaii, and it's like, dude, I'm not dropping the rope.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. There's no shot. Like, so whatever wave they're gonna put me in, it's the wave I'm taking, because.
And they're not really, you trust your friends, so they're not really gonna go, let's put him into this 90-foot closeout and see what he does. It'll be fun. I mean, I could see Jamie O'Brien do that, but.
He would.
Yeah.
Sorry, I totally got you off track.
Well, so yeah, in a nutshell, going back to my injury, I basically got a set wave out there, pulled into what seemed to be kind of a perfect barrel, and it ran for a ways, and I kind of looked up at the lip, and I was like, it's definitely throwing. And I kind of had myself slotted kind of close to the wall, but just down the line, and everything was picture perfect. And then I noticed this kind of like either a cross chop or a warble that went up the wave. And I kept eyeing the corner because you kind of can really read if the wave's throwing or not. And everything was good. And then I watched this warble go all the way up into the lip, and suddenly I watched the lip go from throwing to suddenly folding over. And in a split second, it seems like it's like super slow in your mind. I ended up just pointing the board straight up into the lip and jumped off, trying to dive into the lip so I'd get underneath it and punch out the back. The wave broke so quick that it basically landed square on my back so hard that it was like lights out for a couple seconds.
You just didn't know what was going on.
I didn't know what was going on. I just felt like I was like in a, in space, just floating, and then suddenly.
You did lose consciousness or no?
I don't know.
You still don't even know.
I don't even know, but it was a weird feeling of floating in midair for a while. And then I kind of came to or figured out what was going on when I was in the white water trying to, come to the surface.
Were you like, oh, I definitely broke my back? Or were you kind of like, damn, I just got rocked?
No, I didn't know the details, but I knew it was bad. The sound, like in your head, I've never gotten hit that hard.
Yeah.
It was like dropping out of a 3-story building and landing flat on pavement on my back. Like I was like, I've never been hit that hard. So I was like, it was a wake-up call going, you effed up. But for some weird reason, maybe being a little bit dazed and confused in the whitewater, I came to the surface. I wasn't freaking out. I had enough air. But I was definitely had the checklist of like, oh my God, I didn't know where my pull tabs were for my, vest. And then and then there I go. I see another set wave coming right at me and I take another one on the head. And every time I came to the surface, the jet ski would just pass. And I'm like, dude, so
that's like them, they don't know where you are and you pop up and they're already.
Yeah. So basically, your safety guy or whatever should take a moment and wait till your head pops up.
Gotcha.
But a lot of times they're kind of doing this full
Frantically.
circle and just looking, going, he's gonna pop up, he's gonna pop up. And when you're held down longer than you want to be, you usually pop up just before the next wave. And every time I looked, and I'm like, where'd they go? And I turn around and I'd see the back of the ski going.
See, that's the game where like it's not a game anymore.
That was just one of those unforeseen kind of mistakes, and maybe with the water safety, if you had a couple guys, it probably would have been picked up right away, or but I kept coming up and a little later and whatever, so you can't really blame it on anyone. It was just the way it happened. And then you look at it and go, well, at the end of the day, just like when you're surfing by yourself, you're taking all those risks that you already have stored in you and going, I'm not going to freak out.
Like calculating.
You just don't want those to happen, but you're always kind of ready for it if they are. Otherwise, I don't think we'd really pull the trigger.
Was there ever a moment when you were like, oh, this might be it? Like, was it that heavy? Or were you...
Funny enough, it wasn't. Like, I had enough air. I just was like, gosh, man, I just wish they'd pick me up. I don't want to take another wave on the head.
Yeah.
And it was kind of one of those gathering my thoughts. And
did you automatically be like, I'm hurt, like, I just want to get this situation over with, get back to the beach? Like, do you break into that mode?
I break it down going, okay, I'm good, I'm moving around, my arms, legs, I'm not bleeding, nothing's like that. I have enough air. I think that was the cool part, was like I always, every time a wave came, I had enough air. And then like the second wave versus the first one really rocked me. Like it sent me to the bottom, and I always opened my eyes and it was completely dark and I was upside down, and then I was kind of trying to relax. And there's so much current, and then suddenly I'm like, all right, I'm going, and then suddenly I get shot to the surface, and then just before that I'd tumble sideways and it would stop me for a second. Then you'd kind of be like, oh dude, just let me get to the surface. And then I popped up, and then was like, all right, I'm gonna do this again. But you already kind of know that you're getting pushed in more and more, so the white water,
it's getting better and better,
should be a little bit better. And that's what it was. But it was a freaky feeling being you're 100 miles out. You only see one jet ski, on the inside looking for you.
100 miles is no joke. Like when you got back on the boat, you're sitting, that was the longest boat ride of your life probably.
Yeah, it was a trip. I mean, the funny thing was that I got basically picked up after the fourth wave. I struggled to get on the sled, and my partner knew that I was pretty rocked, and I was just kind of bent over and just going, oh my God, dude, I definitely effed something up bad, and so we went to the channel and sat there, and I was like, all right. But I was so bummed out because there was so much involved to get on the boat, get the jet skis, 10-hour boat ride out there. It's hard to say like you're done. And I wasn't incapacitated where I'm like, I need care flight. So I was like, all right, dude, I'm done surfing, but I'm gonna have to sit on the ski, and I might as well return the favor and tow my buddies in.
Wait, you were towing after that?
Oh yeah, I ended up driving the ski all the way till like 5:30.
All right,
because it was that weird feeling of like you feel that responsibility, like, hey, I was training one of the Red Bull athlete girls, this IZZY Gomez, phenomenal surfer, and she's charging the big wave thing, and it was kind of like a cool trip kind of based on to get her out there. And so I felt that responsibility.
Big Daddy had to get one though.
Yeah, totally. I was like, let me test the waters for you and I'll get back to you. Then I was like, don't do what Daddy did.
All right, members of the Gravy Navy, just want to say thank you for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed Chuck's story. Chuck is one of the gnarliest guys I know. Everything he just said is so heavy, and his back is not completely healed, but he's a full-blown stoke master and he cannot help himself, so he's out there. Good for him if he can handle it. And yeah, the entire interview with Chuck is up on the Fully Nuking YouTube channel, so I'll put that at the top of the comment section pinned. And just want to say thank you. Hope you guys are enjoying the Puerto Rico videos, and don't forget, subscribe, leave us a like, leave us a comment, and I'll see you next vlog for the dream.